So I'm John Bird, CEO of Pandexio, and our platform is called Smart Snips. And we are in the business of turning employees into experts. And we do that by helping them curate their insights, which they're not really doing today. So when we think about employees are really our number one corporate expense and risk. And as they consume content, they're forming these tremendous insights in their heads. What that content means to them, actions they could take, decisions they could make, conclusions they form. And that's the important thing. It's not the content that's important, it's their insights. The problem is, we're not capturing that stuff. I mean, the insights wind up getting lost or forgotten in between their ears or in documents. To the extent that they retain them, they wind up walking out the door when the employee leaves. And that results in business risk and lost knowledge at a pretty significant scale. What we do is we put in place mechanisms to help them retain those insights so that they are digitally curated and accessible, so that they can be retained by the company as intellectual capital, and they can be used by the employees to improve productivity. Now think about how it works this way. So everybody's probably familiar with annotation, and we like to say that annotation really sticks the needle back in the haystack. You find something important inside content, you have that great idea, then you annotate it in the document, close up the document, stick it in a folder. It's probably 3 folders down, subfolders down on your hard drive, and odds of you finding that are nil. And so we looked at that and said, you know, the data structure is backwards. This is upside down. What if we flip it? What if when you're done reading, you get a running index of everything you've ever learned from anything you've ever read, and if you click on that insight, it cracks open to show the snip of content it came from. Click on the snip of content, pops open the source content, and rotates to the exact page and snip spot where you got that excerpt. That's the data structure we call the Smart Snip. We've got 4 patents already granted on it and several others pending. And think about that. Now you take that, you know, your kind of index of Smart Snips and connect them to all the other employees across the company. Now I can access all your insights. You can access all my insights. I can leverage your expertise and knowledge. You can leverage my expertise and knowledge. Basically taking all this stuff out of between people's ears and documents and getting into a shared cloud system. Now, when we enable employees to work at the level of 140 character insights, as opposed, you know, kind of at the top of this triangle you see here, as opposed to multi-page whole documents at the bottom of the triangle, we are going to get a smarter, faster workforce. I mean, we're going to get sales reps that can get up to speed and become experts on their customers and products a lot faster. Support reps can answer questions faster. We can accelerate innovation. We can get to evidence-based business decisions and actions because every single bit of every little insight, every little smart snip drills all the way down to the underlying evidence that supports it. Now, we believe the time is now for this. We've got cognitive systems coming in and essentially automating the routine knowledge work. We need employees to step it up a level to higher levels. We've got an accelerated speed and volume of information. Employees are already overloaded. It's only getting worse. We need to solve that problem. The people need to be experts more now than ever. As we shift from hierarchical structures to network-based structures, experts are at the center of that. We need we need experts, more experts to function properly. And we've got new generations coming to the workforce where they expect employers to turn them into experts. And if they don't feel like that's what's happening, they're going to leave your company. So traditionally we were selling indirect as embedded technology. About 8 years ago, 8 months ago, we also opened up a new direct channel. And we did that via thought leadership, big kind of guerrilla marketing thought leadership campaign. 5 webinars, big executive survey, and report through HR.com. Our thought leadership's been published in 4 of the industry journals. And it's worked as intended. We landed one of the big 4 professional services firms, consulting firms under a contract for global rollout. We've got 4 big enterprise pilots going, 20 enterprise deals in process, and the usage data shows that when you plug insight curation capability into an employee's workflow, that they're going to use it. Now, this is really kind of a broad horizontal capability we can plug into corporate learning systems, enterprise social networks, enterprise content management. We like to say we go to wherever the content goes. And then we can also deliver knowledge to wherever knowledge is needed. One example would be Salesforce. You should have bits of insights in there, not whole documents. The data we generate, we think, is pretty significant. We call it the insights graph. We now know what people are consuming, what are they learning, what do they know, how do they think, what are they contributing, who are they influencing. Traditionally, knowledge work has been a black box. We haven't had the answers to any of these questions. We've had no idea. And we believe we can answer some pretty powerful questions there. In terms of how we differentiate from other systems that are out there, it's really two things. It's our data structure and it's our system type. So we're a platform. We built our APIs before we built our application. We can plug into all sorts of applications. And our data structure, as I mentioned, that drill down from the insight to the excerpt to the source document, kind of these vertical hyperlinks. We've got 4 granted patents surrounding that and several others in process. I'm an engineer attorney with several years, about 15 years experience in startups and turnarounds. Our executive chairman used to run, was a former managing director in Deloitte Human Capital Management, helped build up Burson Associates, been in the industry a long time. Our tech leads, decades of experience in both startups and enterprise software. Our VP of marketing is a human capital management industry analyst in her own right. We focus on large corporations, primarily 3 sectors: professional services, healthcare, technology. We distribute directly, embedded in other platforms, and through service partners. And we have succeeded in our mission of building our market presence way bigger than our company. And now we're looking to raise additional capital to bring in an enterprise sales force. So essentially, my chairman, myself, and our VP of marketing don't have to continue playing enterprise sales reps. We're raising $4 million. Thank you very much. And I'll be back in the back table in case anybody has any further questions or wants to chat. Thank you.